Have you ever wondered what the actual fastest mount in Albion Online is? Well, today we're going to be comparing some mounts with a little foot race. We're going to be doing the Snow Husky, which I think is personally the fastest, but I'm going to see if I can prove myself wrong today. The Black Panther, the Elite Mystic Owl, which has the highest base run speed, and then we're going to do a couple other races with the Avalonian Basilisk and the Caerleon Cottontail, and let me show you how this race is going to work. We're starting here at Bridgewatch, and we're going to take the Long March Meadow exit, and we're going to go down here through Long March Meadow, and for the first set of races, we're going to just follow the road exactly, and we're going to zone over to Drywater Meadow. And for the second set of races, we're just going to beeline it as fast as possible with the Basilisk and the Bunny to see which one is faster. But the race does not end there, because we'll be in Drywater Meadow, and we're going to follow the road all the way to Parched Throat Plain, and when we hit that loading screen, that is race complete. And of course, for the Bunny and Basilisk, we're just going to draw a straight line all the way there, and we're going to see which one has the fastest run times. So right now, I'm on the Snow Husky, and I have a fancy little thing here. We're going to put a timer up on the screen, and here's how it's going to work. I'm going to be using their cooldowns to their maximum possible potential, which means for the Snow Husky, once its cooldown Hunting Instinct runs out, I'm going to dismount and remount so I'm not slowed down, and for the Black Panther, then I don't have to worry about that because there is no slowdown. And so the way it works is I have not moved from leaving the town, and the timer will start, and then I will begin moving the character along the road. So here we go. This is the Snow Husky. Let us begin. And there we have it, 3 minutes and 1 second for the Snow Husky. I really should have not worn much gear. Now, I just want to mention the gear I'm wearing does not give cooldown reduction. You can see I have it set to Balanced Mind on everything here, and carry weight. I don't have carry weight on that one, but essentially I have nothing here that alters my cooldown reduction so not one bit. So let's get to the Black Panther now and see if it's faster. Now, these are the stats of the Snow Husky right here. It has a 85 normal run speed with 132 gallop, 5-second gallop, and its ability lets you run at 90% for 16 seconds, or increases it for 16 seconds, and then it reduces it, but if you dismount and remount, you can ignore that. And now we have the Black Panther, which has a 75, 127 gallop, and a 5-second gallop speed, so it's technically slower than the Husky by default, but it has the ability that increases your run speed by 150% for 6 seconds, but there is no downside, there is no slowdown, and we're going to see if that makes it better. A lot of people think this is better than the Husky. It's time to find out. Starting now is the Black Panther. We're going to start the timer right now. Well, that is very, very close. I didn't think it would be that close. It is only a matter of 3 seconds. I thought it would be way wider than that. Wow, okay, so that's really interesting and good to know right there. It is... Black Panther, not bad. Not bad at all. The Husky still technically won by 3 seconds per 2 zones. But I think with more cooldown reduction, that both of these can have even more impressive times, especially if you stat cooldown reduction, but it's time to test the Mystic Owl. I'm very curious, and the Mystic Owl is one of the newest mounts introduced to the game, since the Nightfall Abbey, actually. Let's find out. So this is the Elite Mystic Owl, and it does have an ability that lets you fly up into the air. You become basically immune to everything, and then you can swoop back down, but it is not a speed boost. We will not be using this ability. It runs at 139% gallop with a 95% base move speed. It takes 5 seconds to gallop, but because we're running on the road, we should always be in a gallop. And we're going to test this bad boy out compared to the 2 others and see just how much better or worse it is. By the way, if you're wondering what the difference is, the regular Mystic Owl, which is super heavyweight, that's a nice name, what he's wearing, it's only 134, and it looks, it's a little bit smaller. It's bigger looking. Pretty cool. Here's the ability if you're curious. You swoop up into the air, and then you dive forward. It's nothing too special. But let's go ahead and get to the racing line. All right, here we go. Well, interesting. 3:05 on the Mystic Owl. And here's the times. Here's the final times. The Mystic Owl is 1 second slower than the Black Panther. And I mean, this thing is a very expensive mount right now. It's almost 6 million silver. So, well, there we go. They're all very close, and these are the 3 fastest mounts in the game. Now we get to try out the Avalonian Basilisk. And man, these journeybacks, they're eating through my pocket, but whatever. Interesting enough, this mount does have its own unique journeyback animation. The others, I don't think they do, so that's kind of interesting. But let's test out the Avalonian Basilisk. Now, this is my favorite mount in the game. It's also a luxury mount. It's like a Lambo. 22 million silver. And the thing is, this is a lizard mount, so it cannot be slowed down. There is no gallop. It's just always in a gallop. And it's just a really nice mount. 115% move speed all the time. It's just really cool looking. And it lets you have an E ability so you can see when it's off cooldown if you like to farm mobs. And it's just a really pretty mount. It's just really big. It really sticks out in the game world. When you see this ride by, you're like, damn, that's a nice car. I mean, mount. So let's see how well it performs. Now, I want to remind you that the Avalonian Basilisk will be taking a different course. Instead of riding through the road, which would be a dumb thing to test, we know it's slower than the Owl, so it would lose. It's going to beeline through mobs and through the environment to each exit. And the reason why is because it cannot be slowed down, and it's quite tanky. So we're going to see how well just that performs in general compared to a bunny mount. Let's get the timer up on the screen, and let's begin. (2 minutes, 37 seconds), and yes, I'm aware if the other mounts also took the same path and avoided the monster's aggro, they would get better clear times, obviously, but we're comparing this in a different sense. We want to see if the Black Bunny's extremely fast run speed and gallop is superior when taking hits to the Avalonian Basilisk. Finally, we have the Caerleon Cottontail. This mount is slightly more tanky than the Basilisk, though without the armor, just more health. It has a 70% run speed, 132% gallop move speed, very fast, and only 2.5 seconds to get back into gallop after being struck. So this is a very fast and beefy mount. It's also pretty damn expensive. It says 27.5 million, but I'm pretty sure it's more than that. And we'll do the test. Now, I want to mention that the Caerleon Cottontail has the hop ability, which will allow you to be immune to attacks. It does get rid of your gallop, though, so there's really no point to use it. It also just eats your boot slot in case you were to PvP. But anyway, let's get the test started and begin. And there we have it, 2 minutes and 30 seconds for the Caerleon Cottontail, which is not so much faster than the Avalonian Basilisk. Pretty good times there, and you know, we could do a test with the Snow Husky taking the short route too, just to see how much faster that is. And just real quick, because you know, sometimes I need funding for more videos, I want to mention that this Caerleon Cottontail crafted by Swole Benji is for sale. This, if you want this, I will sell it to you for 100 million silver, and it will be one of a kind forever. I will never, ever, ever craft another one of these, ever. So this is a one of a kind collector's edition mount, 100 million silver. Let me know in the comments if you want to buy it from me. Finally, because I'm curious, you're probably curious, I want to see how fast the Husky can run the secondary route if we beeline the exits, so let's begin. And there we have it, 2 minutes, 24 seconds. How does that stack up? Well, it's, yeah, slightly faster than the, what is it, the Caerleon Cottontail. So, and there we go, and it's not, you know, as expensive. So this thing only costs 500k, and it's got a decent amount of health because they buffed it. It's got 860 health. The Mystic Owl only has 600. Black Panther has, I think, also 860. But yeah, definitely go with a Black Panther or a Snow Husky if you're looking for the fastest possible mount in the game. And, you know, just note that the other mounts, you know, they're not that much slower than the Husky when you look at the numbers. So if you really just like the look of the Basilisk and the fact that you can just plow through monsters without having to avoid, because I did do a little evasive maneuvers on the Caerleon Cottontail and the Snow Husky, and I still got hit a few times. So the times could be better if there was no enemies to hit me. But with that said, hopefully you found this video interesting and useful and informative. And yes, I know that there's a battle mount, the Crystal Eagle, which is also really fast, but it is not faster than the Elite Mystic Owl, and you cannot ride battle mounts when faction flagged. So, also they take forever to mount and dismount, so I wouldn't even use those anyway. They're also really pricey. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next really cool video, because I got some coming out. You can always unsubscribe later, whatever. And on the right side of your screen is a video you should absolutely click. If you click that video, you won't forget to claim your tomes and your monthly mount if you have premium. And if you don't click it, you're going to forget and lose them. Sorry, haha.